And I love Deion because he never misses an opportunity. And then Jay Norvell, you just helped Deion sell a bunch of glasses. Boy, does Deion never miss an opportunity. I tweeted out after the TCU game, during the TCU game, I tweeted out from my Twitter at Mr. Fortalong. Follow me on all social medias. Like, subscribe, do all the things you got to do to help me buy more glasses. I believe. And I tweeted out, man, where did Deion get those shades from? Because it's like the reflector pair. I like that. I don't want you to be able to see me. And they were like, oh, this company, Blender. Stop saying their name. But I went and I ordered mine before, and now Deion's passed them out to his whole team and everything. He's going to sell a bunch of these glasses. God. And I know he's tied in that thing somehow, somewhere where it ain't just they paying him a little bit of. Deion probably got a 25% cut on every pair of the primes that he sells. Deion going to get paid from this now. He ain't going to play around. But something that I discovered while doing research on blenders, and because I was trying to just dig in, I like the business side of things. I don't like to count people's pockets, but I do like to see how they got to those numbers, how they got their pockets fat. Now, I'm not counting your pockets, but there is a strategy behind getting to the bread, and I like to follow that a little bit because ultimately I like to get to the bank. And so I was doing some research, and I found this story. It was written by The Athletic, and it talks about the primetime effect. And this is big because what's happening in Colorado today is a part of this master plan, not particularly by Deion, but it's for Deion, that it was put together by. And let me preface by saying that because I stand on this. I've said this publicly many places. And I truly believe this. And I will truly do this if the day ever comes. If the day ever comes that I'm ever in a position of CEOship, of being able to have control of hiring partners and things of that nature where I can get, it'll be a woman. Yes. If I'm ever in position of power and I'm going to put people in place, nothing against my brothers, it's going to be a woman. Women by God's divine, like just by the way that he designed them, make things grow. They have a touch, they have a spirit, they have a work ethic about them that if you give them something small, they make it bigger. You give them a seed and they make a human. Think about some of y'all great granddaddies and grandfathers and fathers would come home with that coal mining check and just hand it to Big Mama. And all of a sudden, he know it ain't much in there, but Big Mama make that thing stretch. I was raised by my grandmother, 3 boys, less than $30,000 a year. She made it work. Don't know how. But you give them little, they make it much. By God's design. Why would I not want to put that around me? And I'll even take it a step further from my personal preference. Nothing against anyone else, not saying that. But I've always said, if you want it done really, really good, hire a woman. I believe that I stand on that. I will always stand on that. And I will always stand on, if you believe it and want it done really, really, really good, hire a black woman. That's just Jesse Holley. That's just me. That's how I live and how I think. But it will be a female in a position of power in any company that I'm in charge of, that I can run and I call those shots, whew, yes, they get it done right. Girl power, women power, I am a fan of y'all. Y'all get it done. Not saying that men don't get it done, but y'all get it done with precision, with perfection, with grace, with style, in budget, on time. Woo! Man, it gives me chill because y'all good. And I thank you. Y'all good. And if the Lord ever gives me a position of power, if the Unlimited with Jesse Holley brand grows and blows up, just know, Tay, we hiring a woman. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. Woo! Thank you, Lord. Women, y'all great, man. Y'all are phenomenal. But the person and the creator behind this whole prime effect is a woman. Constance Schwartz-Morini, Morini, Morini. Sorry, Constance, I apologize. But she is the architect behind the prime time effect that we're feeling now.
I think it's
Morini?
I think so.
Give you, yeah.
Schwartz.
To give you kind of a brief little backstory, she kind of got her teeth, she cut her teeth in the National Football League. Hard worker, wanted to get in there. She applied for a job. They told her the job was filled and that she went back and she got all the experience that she can in the office part of it. Then she went back, got hired. She worked her way all the way up to she was like the VP of like marketing and communications for the National Football League, or in that conversation. I'm not trying to short you, Constance. But through that time, she began to work with artists like Snoop Dogg. And this is how her and Deion became familiar with one another. If you know Snoop runs his youth football league, and then he would have the Snooper Bowl. And at the time when Snoop was doing the Snooper Bowl, Deion had his Truth Little League program, and he would always play in it. And eventually they would see each other running back and forth between this Snooper Bowl and youth football. And Deion came to her and said, I got a question. I need to know who was handling all of this stuff for Snoop. Who was doing this with such excellence? He said, me. And she said, Deion began to ask all these questions. She stopped Deion. She said, do you want to work with me or not? Deion says, yes, let's meet on that. And so they begin to meet. And she tells the story about Deion kind of came to a crossroad, because they were doing things with his Truth and the Super Bowl and all in his youth football. But then it came to a point where Shador was graduating from Trinity Christian here in Cedar Hill and needed to go to school. And Deion didn't know, kind of what was next, because he enjoyed coaching his son. And so Deion reached out to Constance and he said, hey, let's get in contact with Florida State. I want to help them with their recruiting. See, this is where women become so great. This is the part right here. And Constance said to Deion, why help them with recruiting? Why not be the coach? Deion said, huh? So then Constance began to go through her Rolodex of people that she's made relationship with over time with her NFL ties. And she knew that hiring head coaches or most of the FBS head coaches went through about 3 or 4 different firms who were all agents that she knew. And she began to prepare Deion. See, this is the little parts right here. This is the part why this is what I'm saying, tell you about women. She said, you thought about helping them. I want you to run it. Deion had a small idea of helping. She said, I want you to run it. And then she went and set everything up and got all of the information and prepped him how to do interviews for college jobs. Got him set up, took the job at Jackson State. and begin to put things in motion at Jackson State, and things begin to roll. And things got bigger and bigger and bigger, endorsement deals, so on and so forth. All that's come from Constance. And then the Colorado State became a realistic thing. And she was the driving force behind the move to Colorado. She's been the driving force behind one of the highest NIL deals in college football, evaluated at almost $4 million for Shedeur. She's helped the Sanders family in Colorado get endorsements from the Sanders family from KFC, Beats by Dre, the Brady brand, Blender. Of course, Deion is in commercials, almonds, Aflac, and more. All of that we're seeing today. And she worked for the what they call it, like the SMAC, M-A-C-A company. And she is killing it. She is killing it. And all that we're seeing right now as far as the popularity of it, Deion is doing and his coaches are doing the work. Shedeur and his company are doing the work on the field. But the branding of it, Constant. She is the driving force behind the brand, the woman behind the Prom Effect. And I thought that was just so dope. And that's why I'm standing firm on what I said. So there's a woman out there like, you know what? I'm going to work for Jesse Holley. Come on. I'm looking for my Hollywood effect. I'm looking for the unfiltered effect because it's coming. I'm like Deion. We coming. I believe in this so much. You believe. You believe? You believe, Tay, because you called me for 4 years. 4 years you've called me. You believe. I believe. You believe? Do you believe? Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend that you believe. This is going to be the next big thing. There ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move.